Hey there, friends. We are back for another Out of the Theater review. This time we were in Sherman Oaks at the Regal for the Don to Don screening. As you guys know, we did watch the first episode, but this time, not only are we watching the first 3 episodes of the screening, there's also a couple of clips at the beginning with the voice actors, the director, and the original creator of the Don to Don manga. So as usual, we're going to go head into the theater, watch the screening, and then head back to the couch for our further deep dive. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit.
バナナをください。
あなた方は悪い人たちだ。
おったまげ聞きついた夢ないか。オカル頼む。どうか二人を守ってください。クションだらやめろ。わしをなめるんじゃねえぜ。
Alright, friends, we are back on the couch talking about the biggest anime of the year, or at least of this season, Don to Don. Now, we did watch this one, like I said, and even that was such an epic auditorium. You could see the love for this manga already in the auditorium and the hype for this. I mean, so much so that we had that huge leak in Netflix where someone went and dropped every single episode of this show because they were so excited, not only for this, but several other shows that were dropping. But this one had every single episode leaked and watched. It was huge. It's one of the biggest leaks that Netflix ever had because this show is going to be that big. Last season we had Kaiju number 8. Before that, the big anime was Solo Leveling, but now we've got Don to Don. And it's so interesting to have this quirky, raunchy, occult, supernatural, but also romance styled anime and manga that's now taking the forefront of the anime world. Not only is this anime and manga visually stunning, and the level of detail that they take to take it from the mangas into the anime is so beyond supreme, from the color grading to the transitions of the panels. It's all next level, and the level of thought that went from scene to scene to scene is next to none. I think the closest anime a friend mentioned that this anime is similar to is Kill La La Kill, at least in the fast pace. The voice actors, the director, and the original creator of this anime manga made it very clear that this is very fast paced. Even the voice actor for Ken made it very clear that there were going to be a lot of things in this that you might miss. I think one of the big things that you might want to brush up on in watching this anime is the Japanese mythos of supernatural creatures, the lores of the ghosts. They're very spiritual people, and there's a lot of mythos and lore about a lot of the supernatural creatures that reside in the darkest of places, and they have their own backstories, and it's wonderful the way that they incorporate that into this anime. I mentioned earlier that yes, while this is a very raunchy styled anime, there's a lot of purpose for everything that they do. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Don to Don, here's a very quick and dry overview of what the anime is about. There are 2 main protagonists, the first being Momo, who believes in the occult but does not believe in aliens. And there's Ken Takakura, also known as Akuran, who believes in aliens and absolutely does not believe in ghosts. Obviously creates conflict for both Momo and Akuran, who convince the other to search for the opposite. Momo is abducted by aliens, Okuran has a curse put on him by an evil paranormal entity, and now the two must work together to get the curse off of Okuran, who also has had his banana stolen. Now, in watching this, you may think that it is overly raunchy and just ridiculous and just is not the thing for you. But the interesting thing about this is during the screening where they showed the first 3 episodes, there was a cute little clip at the beginning where the director, the creator, and the voice actors all spoke on why they believe this is going to be and is the next big anime. And what the director was explaining when he was talking about why he made these challenges for these specific characters, that as a director, when you're building conflicts for your characters, his big rule is creating conflict within 5 meters of yourself. And that generally means the conflict comes from within or on one's person. Whether that end up being self-doubt, self-criticism, a physical injury of some sort, an internal struggle, he just made it a little bit more obvious than that. And in this case, Okuran's issue is that he has to get his banana back from this ghost. He just made it a little bit more obvious than that and made the 5-meter conflict that he has to get his banana back from this ghost. It's so interesting to figure out where the show is going to fall into the zeitgeist of what we consume as far as anime goes. There's been so many really popular animes lately about demon hunting and demon slaying and demon conquering, whether it's Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer. I have another show that is another demon or occult styled show where we are slaying these demons and these aliens and these other extra beings. But then to throw in the aspect of friendship and camaraderie and really romance, I think it's going to add a new element onto these occult styled animes that we haven't really seen yet, as well as playing with different styles of illustration and media and editing. You're really going to see the different use of reds, especially in the first episode. You're going to see the way that they storyboarded and illustrated a lot of use of colors, especially the reds and the blues, and color grading to show emotion and express how the story is progressing. There's just a lot. There's so much extra level that was added and so much thought that was brought into this anime that I think people are really going to enjoy when they watch this, and that I really enjoyed in watching as well. Beyond that, I think adding the extra elements of the mythos of these demons and these entities that this culture knows and loves, as well as bringing in the culture in and of itself, which you'll see in the second episode when there's a sumo wrestling ghost alien and how they kind of conquer that. Fighting with spiritual energy is obviously a big thing in Japanese culture and in Japanese anime and manga, and we get to see that played with in a very wholesome and fun way, using characters and styles and personas that you see now in the 21st century, which is also really great. And I think that people are really going to find themselves in this anime and find a new love and a joy for not only the occult and ghosts and animes and mangas, but really just found families, because I think that's what this manga is going to bring, that we see a lot of the major animes doing. And finding those found families is a universal idea. Not only that, but it also brings in family values and family history and family cultures. I do believe that Dandadan is going to be a wonderful anime that is going to bring us to a new level of not only anime stylization, but also a new level of fun. And it's going to bring people who probably have never watched anime before to this in a fun, quirky, but also very serious and meaningful way. Dandadan is wonderful. It's going to be coming out in October. So if you're more of a manga person, I encourage you to go read the manga. If you're more of an anime person, I will see you guys in October when the anime drops, and we can talk about it a bit more then. Until then, guys, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next one. なえるぜ。